Wonderful to see everyone. My name is Tammy. Thank you for joining me for a Yin Yoga class. Our theme for our class is Let It Go. This is a really nice opportunity for us to relax the entire body, letting your mind wander wherever it may by taking us back to our breath. Inhaling and exhaling breath will be able to release the entire body and let our mind wander. Beginning our class in easy pose. So you may sit cross-legged, you may sit on a chair, or you can sit in toe pose. And toe pose would be toes down towards the ground, sitting on your heels. Then we close our eyes. So finding what is going to work for you, coming into meditation here, checking in to see how you are feeling physically, mentally. Your mind could be very busy right now. But coming back to our theme of let it go, you may jump from one thought to the next, letting it go. Turning our attention to our breath. Let's do an inhale through our nose. Exhaling through our mouth and push it all out. This is a good time to release adrenaline. Exhaling through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Feel the release. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Feeling the release again. Now inhaling through your nose. Exhaling through your nose for 6 seconds. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling through your mouth and your nose. And exhaling through your nose. On your own time. Exhale breath being longer than the inhale breath to help you to come into that relaxation phase. Here we open our eyes. You may wiggle your toes and fingers. And then coming over to the side of your body into half butterfly. Using supports, I'd like to use a pillow under my knee. So I'm going to do that. So if you have a support, you could use a block or a pillow. Taking your right foot in towards your inner thigh, and then I'm going to place that pillow underneath my right knee. Toes up towards the sky, and let the body settle into the ground as you fold forward. With an inhale breath, lift. Exhale breath, folding forward, let yourself hang. Let your head go, releasing the neck muscles. You may find that your back is a little bit tighter right now. Turn to your breath to help your back release, your hamstrings release. Inhale breath, breathing into those tight areas. The exhale breath, let yourself go. Your head hangs. With every exhale breath, feel yourself sink, melt a little bit deeper. Slowly coming out of this fold, you may walk your hands back. Coming into the other side, switching legs, and left foot comes into the inner thigh. Place your pillow underneath your knee or a block underneath your knee too. And shifting so that you find a comfortable position. You can also do this sitting on a chair. That works really nicely too. Toes up towards the sky, and we inhale and exhale, fold. Nice and gentle. Our head hangs. Let the neck go. Turning back towards your breath. Sometimes with the thought of let it go, we could be thinking of release in our physical body. Could be release, more like releasing that control over what we're doing. Sometimes it could feel more like acceptance. Consciously choose to let go by turning to your breath. And slowly making your way out of half butterfly again by coming up nice and slow. You can walk your hands back. Making your way into cattail for our next pose. And I'll show you a couple different ways that you can come into cattail. One could be if you have, I have a rectangular bolster, so a nice firm pillow. You can use a couple pillows and just build them up and lie on top. I'm going to show you it this way here first. This is a version of cattail. Taking your right leg back and come over to the side of your body and let the cheek rest. And close your eyes. Another version, so this would be cattail that you could lie on the ground by taking the left leg back and the right leg forward, and then lie on the side of your body and hold onto your ankle and then roll over. So finding what you would like to do for yourself. You don't even have to hold onto your ankle. You can just come into that little twist here. Lie on the side of your body. Whatever you choose, focus on your breath. Your inhale could be for 4 counts. Exhale could be for 6 counts, being longer, to help you to release the entire body. If you need to shift at all, please do so. And then coming back into stillness. Finding what is going to work for you, for your body. Finding those supports. Paying attention to our breath. Breathing into those areas of tension. Exhale, letting them go. Coming out our pose, nice and slow, gentle with ourselves. We come up to seated. Changing sides, you can turn your body so that you would be turned away from me, or you can move your pillows or bolster if you're using over to the other side. And I'll show you the different ways that we can do this again. So this time I'll have my right leg tucked in to my bolster and my left leg comes back, and then I let my body rest. If I would like more of a twist, I would turn my head the opposite way and let my cheek rest. And that's more of a twist. Or you can come into cattail by taking the right leg back this time and holding onto your right ankle and rolling over. Finding what will work for you. Sometimes when we're lying down and your chest is resting, you can hear your heart rate, your heartbeat. Is your heart beating quickly or slowly? Turn your attention to your breath to help slow your heartbeat down, heart rate down. Slowly making your way back up. Up. And here, we open our legs to dragonfly. Dragonfly would be with legs coming out into a V. You may put your bolster, pillows into the inner thighs here. And with a nice fold forward, we let ourselves go. We may take an inhale breath and an exhale breath, fold forward, let your head hang. Nice to support your head too. You can have your elbows down and letting the forehead rest. You could use blocks or another pillow and stack, or you can let the forehead rest on your hands. Find what's going to work for you, that's comfortable for you. Close your eyes. Again, turn back to your breath to help you to let go. Find that release. Take time to find that support. Remember, if you need to adjust, please do so. You can build up your pillows so they're higher so you have more support. So you don't have to lean over as much. Feeling that lovely stretch into our inner thighs and into the lower back too, that you will feel this stretch. Inhale to all those areas of tension. It will help. And exhale, release, let it go. And consciously do it. Consciously choose to let go. Slowly making your way out of dragonfly. Bring your hands back. Bending through the knees. You can move your props to the side. And coming over to the side. Our next pose is saddle. Now I'll show you saddle. You may come into saddle. I'm going to sit on blocks, and you may do this. Let me show you some options. Or you can sit on a pillow. Blocks, they're not as wide, and then this way you can take pressure off the knees. So sitting here, it's also called hero. Or without, you can actually use one or two blocks, and then you can take your hands back, lift up your bottom, and then come down, and you can hold here. Or coming into the full version of saddle would be lifting up, your heels go on the side of your bottom, and walking back, taking your arms overhead if that works for you, holding on to opposite elbows, and close your eyes. Okay, so finding which version you would like to do for yourself. You can come back into toe pose, and you may hold here. You can sit on blocks. See what's going to work for your knees. I always like sitting on blocks. It takes the pressure off of the knees. You may hold here. You can sit in easy pose too and come into your meditation that way. You can lift up your bottom, heels on the side of your bottom, and draw your heart up, or coming into the full version of saddle again. Choosing the best option for yourself. We let our shoulders relax. Elongating through your back, but also elongating through the front of our body, opening up. Opening up is a really nice way to help us to let go. Accepting all as you open up. Slowly coming out of saddle, whichever version that you chose for yourself. If you're lying down on your back, slowly make your way up and use your arms for support. And then everybody making their way into child's pose. If child's pose doesn't work for you for your knees, please roll over to your back and you can tuck your knees in towards the chest. So you can come into all fours here and curl the toes, sit your bottom back into the heels, and then we let our forehead rest. And your forehead could rest on your mat, you could rest on your hands, or you can stack your fists one on top of the other, letting the forehead rest. Or lying on your back and finding if that works for you. I want you to let go and release any thoughts, worries, fears that keep us from fully releasing. And that's a big thing. So letting go, releasing any thoughts, worries, or fears that help us from fully releasing, accepting. We make our way out of child's pose to all fours. Come back into your toes. If you were lying on your back, you could remain there if you didn't want to come into sleeping swan. We have to have a prop underneath of our hip, and I always like to have a nice cushion. So it'll be the right side first that will have our cushion. So setting yourself up here, so it's going to be underneath the hip on all fours. And if you're lying on your back, I'll show you figure 4, unless you do know it, or it's called threading the needle. Step forward with the right hand, left hand into downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up towards the sky, 3-legged dog, and then bend through the knee, and we turn our knee out to the right wrist. Here, we put our pillow underneath of the hip. You may be in swan, or sleeping swan would be the fold forward. And my toes are down towards the ground. This may help to take pressure off of the knee. If you find it's okay, you can uncurl the toes. It also helps when your toes are up, it helps to keep the hips square. Or uncurl the toes, top of your foot down, let the forehead rest, and however you would like to, letting the forehead rest. If you're on your back, you would come into figure 4, or threading the needle would be crossing your right ankle over top of the left knee and wrapping your hands around. And then we hold, and we smile, and we breathe. As soon as we smile, smiling helps us to let go. making yourself feel happy. Making our way out of sleeping swan or figure four. If you're in figure four, lying on your back there, you may switch so that your left ankle would be crossing over the right knee. Or swan, you may come back into downward facing dog and then to all fours and change where your pillow is. So your pillow, your prop, whatever's the support underneath that hip, goes to the other side. And then back to all fours, downward facing dog. Make your way to three-legged dog, left leg lifts. We bend through the knee and turning the knee to the left, turning the knee out to the left wrist. Tuck the pillow in. Now you may be here. Relax your shoulders, or you may add that fold forward and the forehead rests. With sleeping swan and figure four, we're opening up through our hip into the left hip this time. Coming back to your breath, inhaling and exhaling, and consciously choosing the gift of release. Slowly making your way out of sleeping swan, or 4. You may come back to downward facing dog and then all fours. And coming over to the side of your body. If you're lying on your back, please stay there. And everyone rolling over to your back or stirrup. Happy baby. Lying on our back, we have our knees bent and your feet down here first. Your body just settle into the ground. Feel your exhale breath help you to release. Coming into cradle, we take our right knee in towards the chest, left knee in towards the chest, and we hold. Feel your lower back settle. Turning the right knee out, left knee out towards your knee pits. You may hold underneath of the knee pits like this and then let your legs hang, let them dangle. Or you may hold onto your ankles, outside of the feet, or big toes. Find what you like yourself. If you notice that there's any kind of pinching in towards your hip flexors, just holding onto the knees, that works. We may bring your feet down, do a little windshield wiper through the legs, just to help get some movement into your hip flexors, and then make your way back into stirrup. Here we open up through our hips, our pelvis, our inner thighs. Here you might start to hear a little bit of sounds. Your intestines, starting to get everything working, moving through our organs and our digestive tract. Legs up into the air, helping to improve our circulation, blood flow through our body. Now letting go. Again, consciously choosing the gift of release. We breathe. We make our way out of stirrup. You may bring your legs back into your chest, taking the right foot down to the ground, left foot down to the ground, taking your feet wider than the hips. Here we windshield wiper, knees side to side. Bring your legs back to the center. Our final pose, pentacle, making a big X, or Shavasana. You may have your knees bent too, or coming into Shavasana with your legs straight. You may come up to a seated pose, easy pose. You may sit on a chair. You come into Shavasana or meditative state, letting yourself fully go. If you would like, you may place a blanket on your body and have a rolled up blanket or a towel, I should say, underneath the small of your back for support, or knees bent too to take pressure off the lower back. Finding what you would like to do for yourself. And let yourself be still. Let yourself be. Your thoughts pass by one, passing one by one, not focusing on one thought. Consciously choose the gift of release. Our eyes are closed and our eye sockets feel heavy. Your lips part. Feel your facial muscles release. Your shoulders soften. Feel your body heavy and then light, and let go. We'll be in Shavasana for a few minutes. I will call you back when it is time. Slowly coming back. Wiggling your toes, wiggling your fingers. Noticing your breath. Letting yourself smile. Maybe a little shift through our body. If you're lying down, you may bend through your knees. Take your right hand overhead and rolling over to your right side to fetal. Let yourself take a moment. And then making your way up to a comfortable seated pose. It could be an easy pose or back. Sitting on your blocks with your hips higher than your knees. Sit on a cushion too. With your hands to your heart center. Close your eyes. Letting yourself take it all in. With a nice inhale breath. Then an exhale breath. Let go. And we open up our eyes. Thank you so much for joining me and sharing your practice. Namaste.